Today we're making spare ribs. Welcome to the channel. I have family in town this weekend. We're making spare rib. A lot of people when doing ribs, they like the 3-2-1 method, where you smoke it for 3 hours. You wrap it either in butcher paper or foil for 2 hours. You unwrap it, you take it for another hour with some sauce or some glaze just to finish it off. I usually will not unwrap the ribs at the end. I'll put a pat or two of butter in with the wrap and let my rub melt down into that saucy glazed layer. But to each their own. First we're going to trim. As much as it hurts, we're going to take off this flappy end. Just square that off. That's going to burn. We don't want to burn.
I'm going to take off anything that looks like it's flapping around.
Then you take a knife. Just score that membrane. Get a little bit of paper towel. And pull. Here I'm just yapping a little bit more, but basically you're going to take that paper towel, use it to hold on to that membrane a little bit more, and pull it off. You can use whatever kind of seasoning you want to. It's something that I cooked up. Lowry's, black pepper, brown sugar, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and some other little gems in there. This is a new smoker to me. I don't know where the hot spots are because I did not do a biscuit test because it rained all last week. But I have family coming to town, so these ribs need to get cooked. So, we're gonna go right in the middle. And we'll let this go for a while. Come back in an hour or so. So it's been about an hour. Let's take a look, see how everything's looking. I added a water pan and some pork belly burnt ends. The ribs have some nice color to them. They're coming along nicely. They still have a little ways to go. Let's close it back up. We'll come back in another hour or so and see where things are at. Getting the fire out on this thing has been a bit of a learning curve. The smoker I had right before this one, it was a little bit smaller than a Pecos. Still Old Country brand. I'm not exactly sure what model. It was a little bit older. I bought it secondhand off Facebook Marketplace and had it for about 5 or 6 years. I had that one dialed in. I had taken the baffle off, used it as an upward deflector on that one. This one doesn't have a baffle at all. And you know, it's a little bit bigger, metal's thicker. It's been a learning curve, but I think we're getting it figured out. We'll let these cook for another hour or so, and we'll check in on them. We've got some pork belly burn-ins going in there too. We'll see how it goes. It has been about 2 hours. Let's check the temp on these. We're about 130 on that one. One.
We had the drink place where the girls get.
Been on for about 3 hours now. Should be close to 160. 153. 155. 162. See how they bend. Pretty soft. I think I'm gonna wrap them up. Now I am just wrapping the ribs up in some butcher paper with a couple pads of butter across the top of the ribs just to put a little more moisture and fat in that wrap. I did not spritz the ribs throughout the cook, but that's mostly because I could not find my spray bottle. But you could spray them with apple cider vinegar, apple juice, water, whatever it is, just to keep some moisture in those ribs as they cook. I'm still learning as I go, and I did not film taking the ribs off the smoker. I did catch my dog stealing one of my splits, however. I was doing a low country boil at the same time and lost track of the temp on the ribs. One got to around 211, the other was right around the 200 mark. This rack right here is the one that got to 211. It was a little overdone in the middle. Not too bad, a little bit fall off the bone, but still had a good bite to them. The pork belly burnt ends were amazing. Huge shit. The other rack of ribs was inside being eaten at this time. Taking a cut off the center of that rack. The flavor was great. This rack was a little overdone. The You can see as it falls off the bone there, but still had a great bite. No complaints from anybody inside. I call that a win. I did not film an outro yesterday. I'm still trying to figure out this whole cooking and filming situation. But family liked the ribs. I liked the ribs. Hope y'all liked the video. We'll see what we cook on the next one.